Hey everyone, welcome to CineStager. CineStager combines a traditional director's viewfinder app with advanced augmented reality capabilities. This enables you to select a camera and lens and then place 3D locations and mannequins in real space, test camera angles and focal lengths, navigate scenes, and export detailed maps and stills for your entire crew. This video will demonstrate all key features and illustrate how CineStager can streamline your production workflow. So let's dive in. So right here, we've got the main viewfinder. On the left side, there's the person icon for mannequins and the house icon for locations. Down at the bottom, you'll see your camera and lens display. On the right, you've got image capture and video recording buttons. Up at the top left is the AR icon to switch modes, and finally the settings button. Let's tap this camera button at the bottom. Here you can choose your camera, pick a sensor format, and select your frame lines. Now, let's tap the lens button. If you're using a zoom lens, just drag this slider to change the zoom range. For primes, you tap the different focal lengths here that you want to use. For both primes and zooms, we already have some presets, but you can also save your current selection as a preset. It's really flexible, everything you need to match your actual kit. Up to this point, this is just your normal director's viewfinder app we all know. However, with CineStager you can add virtual elements, like 3D locations and mannequins. CineStager has two modes, AR mode and game mode. First, let's have a look at AR mode. Let's add some virtual elements. Tap the person icon and you'll see all the mannequins in different poses, standing, sitting, walking. Pick one and tap to place it in the scene. Once it's placed, you can tap on a mannequin to select it. You can change the mannequin's height or move it up and down. Again, this works the same way in both AR and game mode. Tap the house icon on the left to open the location library. This is an overview of all your virtual locations. When you are scouting your locations for a shoot, you can scan it using the built-in LiDAR scanner or use a third-party app like Polycam, Scaniverse, or any other scanning or photogrammetry application. Once you've selected a location, just tap the floor to place it. Now you can move it with one finger, rotate with two fingers, or use a two-finger vertical pan to adjust the height. If you want to remove it, just tap the filled house icon again. This works exactly the same way in game mode. Switching modes is super easy. One tap and you're in game mode with full virtual controls. All your locations and mannequins stay exactly where you placed them. When you're ready to go back to AR mode, just tap it again. First, tap the floor to place the scene, and your whole setup is preserved. No need to rebuild anything. Notice that every time we switch mode, we spawn in the same spot we ended in the previous mode. When you've got your shot framed, tap the camera button to capture it or record a video. This will save it to the photos library on your device. For image captures, CineStager also saves a top-down map view showing exactly where your camera was and where all your mannequins and locations are positioned every time you take an image capture. This is super powerful for planning your shots and communicating them to the rest of your crew. Next, look for the occlusion button on the left. When you have a location model placed, turn this on and the app will cut out real people so you can place them in your AR scene. This is great if you want to block your scene using real actors, for example for complex moves, or to see how much space the actors really have to move around in your location. And that's CineStager in a nutshell. A powerful tool for filmmakers who want to plan shots, visualize scenes, and work more efficiently. Whether you're testing shots inside your scouted locations or dreaming up something entirely new, CineStager has you covered. Thanks for watching.